Welcome to Corinthos. Alrighty, fellow travel dons, welcome back to our series here in Greece, and today we are on another day trip from Athens. This time I am on my own, and we are here in the little town of Acrocorinth. This was actually the ancient site of Old Corinthos. The new modern Corinth is now a port town just a few miles from here. We'll get to that eventually. However, we're here to explore the ruins of Old Corinthos, and of course to go up to the top of that massive mountain right there, where of course the ancient Acrocorinth fortress is. So we're gonna go and check all of that out today, but first let's go fuel up in this cute, quaint little town of Acrocorinth. Okay, so if you are taking a day trip from Athens to Corinthos, you can drive here, but if you don't have your own car, you have a couple of options. You can take, I think, a bus all the way to Corinth and then take a taxi, or you can take the train to the North Corinthos station and then you can take a taxi from there. The train itself is about €8 or €8.50 to get to North Corinthos, and then from there it depends on the taxi that you're able to get. I've seen it from anywhere from like €6 to get to this small town, all the way to, like, for me it was the guy charged me €12. So, but even still, you know, the one way to get here was about, you know, about €20, a little over €20 to get right here, and then it'll be probably the same to get back. But it's a quaint, cute little kind of like historical town. Of course, it's right next to the main ruins of Old Corinthos, so we're gonna go check those out in a little bit. But you want to kind of stop and get just a quick cup of coffee to kind of fill you up, your little Greek coffee. You go to Cafe Moriso right here, and just have a little bit of that. Good Greek coffee. Fill up on that, fuel up, and then go explore some great ancient ruins. All right, so we have entered into the ruins of ancient Corinth, and this place is really cool. This is even on a scale larger than the Agora, and even I think if you add in the Acrocorinth compared to the Acropolis, this is on a much bigger scale than in Athens, and it's really, really amazing. First and foremost, the views from around here. You know, New Corinth and modern Corinth is by the sea. It's about 5 kilometers from the ancient Corinth here, but you can see the sea from here. You got the mountains that kind of dot around the landscape. You're in the shadow of the Corinth and the mountain that it resides on top of, and it's just absolutely amazing. The history of Corinth is really cool too, because it dates back to like the 10th century BC at its founding, and it was a major city by, you know, before even Athens was a major city. Like, it was, I think it had like a population of like 90,000 by the time of the mid 5th century BC. So it did rival Athens during that time, during the golden age of Greece. It rivaled Thebes, and it was a major trading route because it's kind of on this isthmus of lands that's between mainland Greece and the Peloponnese. So they traded with Sparta, they traded with Athens, Thebes, all of the Greek city-states. A lot of that trade that went by land and even by sea had to come through this whole Corinth Strait. So it's absolutely amazing. The Temple of Apollo right here, the ruins of that, is really cool, and we're just going to go around and check out all this stuff before we go up to the Acrocorinth. But this is amazing. The admission is about €4 during the off season. I think it's like 8 or 10 during the height of like summer. But if you come here during like November, December, January, stuff like that, it closes earlier at like 3:30 p.m. So you have less time, but it's like only like €4 to get into here, and we'll find out how much it is to get up into the Acrocorinth. But this is so cool. Now, while most of the study of the area of Corinthos goes back to classical Greece and the golden age of Greece, a big part of it and an important part of the history of Christianity also begins here in Corinthos as well. Like, particularly this area is called the Bema of the old ancient Roman Forum. And it was upon this Bema where St. Paul, during his journey, I think it was his second journey when he was going through Greece, he came to Corinth and he realized that trying to convert his fellow Jews to Christianity didn't go over so well. He actually was brought up in front of Gallio, the Roman consul of Corinth at the time, and Gallio was like, he saw it as an interfaith, problem that was going on within Judaism. So he basically brushed it off and said, I'm not judging this guy. So this is where in Corinth, where St. Paul basically changed his mind from trying to convert the Jews of Greece to the Gentiles. And that is where Christianity really started to take off in this part of Greece. So it is kind of cool because it has history that goes to classical Greece, of course, and that's the main focus. But there's a lot of the beginnings of Christianity begin here in Corinth, particularly in Greece as well. So, but anyway, let's continue on with the tour. Okay, so we just entered into the Acrocorinth. We just came through that first gate. This is epic. Backdrop right here. And this is just the beginning. Like, I think like the whole mountaintop is this whole massive fortress that is the Acrocorinth. It is one of the most important fortresses in ancient Greece. I am so excited. Let's go ahead and check this all out. All right, so we made it through the second gate, and I just wanted to stop and give you these first, like, amazing initial views that you're going to get when you're coming up here. This is just phenomenal. I mean, the mountains in the background, you have the sea on that side. What's really cool about Old Corinth and why it was such a big thing is this isthmus, of course, has seas on both sides. So they had ports on both sides, as well as the land route through the Peloponnese into mainland Greece. Like, it's just fantastic. And that's why they built this castle up here as a fortress to kind of watch over this entire isthmus and valley to defend its, its own city-state. It's just amazing. And it's like, this wasn't just all built by one, in one era. Like, it was started during the Mycenaean period in like the 8th and 7th century BCs. And it was added on to, I think, like the second gate that you come through here was mainly added on to during like the Byzantine periods. And even I think part of it was in the 1600s was also redone by the Venetians. So there was work going on this castle for almost like a little over 2,000 years. It's just an amazing expansion. It's just, this is so cool. And we're barely into it. Ugh. Come on, let's continue on. Okay, so once you get past the third main gate, which of course is the largest of the gates and wall structures here at the Acrocorinth, and it was built during the middle Byzantine period, so about 9th century AD to the 12th century AD. But this is where it really opens up, and you start to get kind of like the churches, some of the Ottoman baths when the Ottomans took over. They built some structures into the foundations here as well. So this is where it really starts to open up once you get past that third gate. But it's just, again, this is absolutely awesome. It is a climb, so be ready to do a lot of, hiking, basically. And it's kind of also cool because the further you go up into the Acrocorinth, the further back in time you go. Because they started, the Greeks, the Mycenaeans, they started way at the top. That's where they built the sanctuary to Aphrodite, and then slowly made their way down over the ages with the different people that came and conquered this area and just added on to this whole structure. It's just really cool. It is a hike though. Definitely come prepared. Bring some water. Definitely during the summertime in particular, put that sunscreen on, because it is sunny on days like this. But man, this is awesome. Alright guys, so I officially made it to the summit of the Acrocorinth, and my god, this is amazing. This is where the old sanctuary to Aphrodite was, and you just have a little bit of it left here now. But my goodness, you talk about the views. This is well worth it. And I believe it's actually free to come in to the grounds, because there was nobody at the gate there to take, you know, to give me a ticket or anything like that. I don't know if that's the same during the on season, like during like the height of the season. During the off season right now though, there was no one there. But it is well worth it to come up here and just look at a 360 view of the entire Corinth Isthmus, the valleys here, the mountains in the background. Just absolutely fantastic views. This is amazing. So, but anyway guys, enjoy the views from here. And now I gotta get back to my cab because he's waiting for me. And we'll head into the actual modern city of Corinth next. Okay, so now that we're done with the Acrocorinth, we have come down to modern day Corinth. This is along the Gulf of Corinth that leads eventually out into the Mediterranean. But it is pretty much more of a modern city. There's not a whole lot of ruins. You do have some great statues, particularly like a Pegasus statue in the main waterfront promenade down here. But it's kind of more of just like a modern style port city. You just come here, relax, walk up and down the waterfront. You got a lot of restaurants and cafes and whatnot to check out. You can watch as the boats kind of come in and just come down here and relax after your long hike up through the Acrocorinth. I mean, that was absolutely nuts. It was well worth it, but boy, did you get the workout, particularly going down. Watch yourself because those stones can get a little slippery in certain areas. So, but yeah, we're just gonna walk along the town here on the waterfront. We're gonna go get something to eat before we head back to Athens. So just enjoy modern day Corinth. Now, before you guys get on me about where I am now for our next spot and what I am going to be eating, I just want you to know, if you've been following me, or if this is your first time, go back and watch all of the last like 7-8 videos where I have been doing food tours throughout Athens. I've had so much Greek food. Love it. It's amazing. Delicious. One of the best cuisines in the world. However, one thing I've missed is having a good burger. I tried one in Athens at a place called Goody Burger. It's a fast food chain. It was not good. I have not had a good burger in a month. So we are here at a place called St. Angus Burger, right off the water. And let's be real. Whoever created the burger, whether his name was Angus Burger, or maybe his name was Angus Burger, they deserve to be, you know, they deserve to become a saint. They deserve sainthood. Because burgers are delicious. So we went ahead and got just, it was called the Orlando Burger. And it's kind of a nice, just like little spot right off the water. And the guy, I believe, he's Greek, but he is originally, I think, born in Denver, Colorado. So raised in America, you should know what he's doing. And got a nice 200 gram of beef burger with Gouda cheese and bacon with some mustard and ketchup in there. So we're gonna try this. Okay, you know what? That is an American style burger. I don't know what they did at the last place I was at, that Goody Burger. That really tasted weird. I don't know what it was. This, that's good. And the Gouda cheese is actually a nice touch. Yeah, so if you're in Corinth and you've had your fill of Greek food and you want a break for lunch or maybe even dinner, St. Angus Burger here in Corinth, this is a good burger. Oh yeah. Alrighty guys, so that is going to be the end of our Acrocorinth, Old Corinth, and just Corinth in general trip, day trip from Athens. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you have any questions about any of the travels through today, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. I think in the description, I'll kind of give you the prices of how everything went, including like the cab fares and stuff like that. Because if you don't have your own car, you really outside of the train ride to the Corinth station, you really have to kind of like cab it everywhere. Because I think there's limited buses in certain areas, but they don't even allow the bigger buses all the way up to the Acrocorinth. So you have to take either a smaller shuttle or just a regular car or cab. So, but anyway guys, if you liked the video, give it a big old thumbs up, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. And of course, if you want to help support the travels, I do have a Patreon page and a Buy Me a Coffee account, and I do so very, very much appreciate all the support. And to my Patreons that I have right now and my Buy Me a Coffee members, thank you so much. Love you guys, and I will see you guys on the next adventure. Peace out and have a great night.